you rather have the Coors or the Bud Light?
Coors.
Why? Is that what you feel too?
Retweet.
Why Coors for you?
That one probably tastes like beef jerky.
I've been drinking Bud Light since I was 12 years old. I had no idea it made me so woke. Yeah! Not like gender. It's fluid. LGBTQ. I've adopted they, them pronouns. Not because I'm non-binary, it's because I'm always with my boys. My parents are like, Chris, you're not an activist, you're an alcoholic. Typical boomers trying to put a label on everything.
Yes, before we go into these clips, I want to pass out this announcement. If you are a content creator, pay attention to this. I recently realized there is something going on to this topic. If you are doing videos on this, don't go after Dylan. Don't criticize him. Yes, because if you do, you might risk a lot of things on your channel. Like you notice, when I bring videos like this, I just react to what is happening on TikTok and report just the news, what I've seen on newspapers. I don't go deep into expressing myself on what I really think, because since I realized this, Team Pooh is facing this. In fact, many consecutive channels are witnessing this. Videos have been deleted on their channel by YouTube. So I needed to inform you, so you should be aware when you are doing these videos. You should actually call them with their preferred pronouns.
The transgender actor and influencer Dylan Mulvaney has been the target of a barrage of attacks from anti-trans individuals online after she did an ad with Bud Light a couple of weeks ago.
When a transgender American posts a video about a brand of beer they enjoy, and it leads to, it's clear that that level of violence and vitriol against transgender Americans has to stop. And the president has been very clear. I just laid this out. The administration is going to do everything that they can to protect LGBTQI plus people who are under attack. And that's what we've been seeing across the country, especially in state houses. And so we're going to fight alongside them to protect their rights. They should be allowed to be who they are, who they want to be. And they should be able to speak out against, and we should be able to speak out, and others should be able to speak out against hate and discrimination. But look, that type of dangerous rhetoric, that type of vitriolic language and violence, that needs to stop.
Yes, that is Karen, the White House, responding to this issue going on with Bud Light. And she made it clear that they will continue to fight to protect trans people from this online hate. Like I said at the beginning of the clip, it is already happening. So we need to be extremely careful if you want to stay on this platform. Know what you say or do. Yes, if somebody told me that this Bud Light boycott will actually be leading to this kind of thing like poaching of videos, I would say it's a lie. I'm not refusing that he should not be who he wants. When you are grown up, you have right to live the way you want. Nobody's controlling you. Nobody's putting food on your table. My problem came in when I realized that women were depressed when they realized what this guy did. It was insulting to them. That is the reason people had to react or call for boycott and so on. So I don't understand why people will now say they are receiving this is happening. It saddens my heart because someone like me, when I report these videos, I just want you to be informed, to see what is going on. I don't do that with some kind of intention toward anyone. If you are a trans person, be a trans person. We understand. Like I've seen recently how they are banning these people from women's sport up and then. They are struggling to bring in that differentiations between these people.
Communities and families across America, yet again, have been devastated by tragic acts of gun violence. And it is not just devastating for me. I'm sure it's devastating for all of you and your families. It's devastating for this president. It's devastating for our administration. And to have to continue to do that over and over again. So let me just lay out, sadly, what we have seen these last couple of days.
Is taking a look at this article published by Fox News, MSNBC guest and former Republican strategist Stuart Stephen blamed the recent spike of violence in the country on the culture of fearfulness and outrage gained up by Republicans. Stephen, an anti-Trump Lincoln Project senior advisor, claimed that consecutive outreach toward Bud Light using a trans woman for marketing, for example, promote anger that rip up the civil bond of Americans and lead to. The former government made his comment during the Wednesday episode, the 11th hour, with Stephanie Ru, after the host asked him his perspective to the latest round of gun. So you see that they are attributing what is happening in the country to this boycott. I don't see the link because I've tried to reason this out. People are attributing that because people say boycott this product. So this rise of this is now as a result of boycott. I don't get it.
A lot of people have a lot of feelings about whether you're somebody who's calling for boycotts or whether you're somebody who thinks that the boycotts are, uncalled for here.
Yes, and when you say we finally have a message, it's not a surprise that it landed on a late Friday afternoon.
Friday, that's a good point. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I believe, this message, when you read the tone and the language used in this message, it's written like it's almost an ad or you're at a Bruce Springsteen concert. You hear all the language about honor and history, values, military, hardworking. It's written in a way that appears to be very non-polarizing, but it seems like it's almost coded to speak to the conservative right, to let people know that we didn't want to cause a ruckus. We didn't want to make a big deal about this. What we care about are all of our customers, but it seemed like they were speaking to one customer in particular.
So do you see it then, Molly, as a capitulation to those calling for a boycott? Do you think it says something about perhaps business pressure?
No, I think it was more strategic. Like, no one has written the playbook yet about how to execute a perfectly strategic campaign when it involves representation, social issues, or any type of, group where it might cause some type of a ruckus online. It's always.
Yes, when you take a look at what is happening here, the White House respond to this backlash and the boycott of Bud Light. I don't understand how they are attributing this to something else.